we are going to discuss about what is common in all acids and bases. What do all acids have in common? All acids produce hydrogen ion or hydronium ion in the presence of water. For example, HCl in water dissociate to form chloride ion and hydronium ion. H plus ion in aqueous solution exist as hydronium ion or H3O plus ions. Since they are charged particles, they are responsible for the electrical conductivity of acids. Only in the presence of hydrogen ion, these acids show acidic behavior. And this acidic behavior or due to H plus ion starts when they produce H plus ion in aqueous solution. Only in the presence of water, H plus ions are formed. Some substances like glucose, even though they have large number of hydrogen atoms present, they do not produce any H plus ions in aqueous solution. So they do not show any acidic behavior. They do not show any electrical conductivity. They do not turn blue litmus into red ink. Only those substances which can produce H plus ion in aqueous solution can be considered as acid. Now let us check what all bases have in common. Sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, etc. they produce OH minus ions in presence of water. The hydroxide ion or hydroxyl ion is responsible for the basic nature of bases. Since OH minus ion carry charge, they can be considered because of the OH minus ions, they conduct electricity. Now, how do we produce dilute acids? When water is added to acids or bases, they produce dilute acids. How can we dilute an acid? We have to mix the acid with water to produce a dilute acid. Actually, we have to take large amount of water and add acid slowly with stirring to produce a dilute acid. If you add water into acid, it may cause danger because of its exothermic nature. The acid may splash out and may burn you. Also, it can cause the glass vessels to break because of local excessive heating. So, mixing acid or base with water should be done with caution. Always add acid slowly into water with stirring. Mixing an acid into water or base into water causes decrease in the hydrogen ion or hydroxide ion concentration per unit volume. When you mix water with acid, you will be getting a dilute acid. Now, if you are having two or more acidic solution, can we compare them by using a pH scale? Litmus paper will turn to red in color if you dip in stronger acid or weaker acid. Concentrated hydrochloric acid is a strong acid and produces more hydrogen ion concentration, whereas acetic acid or vinegar, which is weak acid, contains less amount of hydrogen ion concentration and it produces only very weak, less number of hydrogen ions. So, in order to compare these two solutions, we can make use of pH scale. It is a scale for measuring hydrogen ion concentration in a solution. pH scale is starting from 1 to 14. Neutral solutions like pure water, distilled water is given a value of 7. When you move from 7 to 1, it becomes more and more acidic. The lesser the value of pH, the more will be the hydrogen ion concentration. Gastric acid, which is actually concentrated HCl, is given a value of 1. Whereas edible acids like lemon juice, tomato juice is given value 2 and 4 respectively. In case of bases, the values of starting from 7 to 14 will give you the increasing basic strength. Hand soap is given a value of 10, whereas ammonia and bleach is given 11 and 12 respectively. Concentrated acids present in the laboratory is given a value of 14. pH is of great importance in our daily life. Let us see some examples for the importance of pH in our life. Our body pH is between 7 to 7.8, that means slightly basic nature. This pH should be maintained for our optimum health. Rainwater, as you know, is slightly acidic due to dissolved amount of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. But when large amount of sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide along with carbon dioxide is dissolved in water, it turns acidic. And when the pH comes below 5.6, it is called an acid rain. Acid rain causes immense harm to our buildings. pH is also important for the cultivation purpose. Certain plants need specific pH for their optimum growth. For example, potatoes grows between 4.5 and 6.5 pH, slightly acidic. They need the soil to be more acidic. So before the planting potato, we have to test our soil pH. And if it is seen to be basic in nature, we have to add acidic substances into it so that we can change soil to slightly acidic. Similarly, for making soil basic for a particular plant, we make use of chalk or limestone, etc. By mixing the proper basic substance in proper amounts gives the ideal soil for growth of the plants. Another application for pH is which can be used as antacids. Antacids are substances which cause acidity, which can be used against acidity. Concentrated hydrochloric acid is present in our stomach. Sometimes too much of acid in our stomach can cause irritation, pain and indigestion. We call it as acidity. In order to remove acidity, we can make use of basic substances. Commonly used basic substances which are used as antacids are milk of magnesia, and that is magnesium hydroxide, and sodium bicarbonate or baking soda. They help us to decrease the basic nature, acidic nature of our stomach. So antacids are medicines or basic substances which can be used against acidity, which can reduce acidity of our stomach. The common examples being milk of magnesia, magnesium hydroxide and baking soda. pH can be considered as a reason for the tooth decay. Tooth enamel, which is made up of calcium phosphate, is one of the hardest substances in our body, but it gets corroded due to the action of acid, which is actually produced by bacteria which is present in our mouth. Bacteria present in our mouth act on the food particles present in our between the teeth and they produce acids. When the pH of our mouth is less than 5.5, the tooth enamel gets corroded. So in order to prevent this, we have to make use of basic toothpaste. Another important application for pH is while during the ant bite or bees, when they sting, they inject acidic substances. The pain or irritation can be remedied by using mild base. You can use soap, toothpaste or baking soda for this purpose. Similarly, nettle plant causes irritation to when we touch the leaves. This is because they inject methanoic acid into our skin. This irritation can be relieved if you use the leaves of dog plant which are basic in nature. So the idea of pH gives us the remedies for these common problems. So we can conclude that pH is of great importance to our daily life. Thank you.